Brother Maynard, bring up the holy hand grenade. 1, 2, 5.
Please, sir.
3.
Arm yourselves, America. This is Defenders Live.
All right, you waiting on me? I was in Never Neverland. It's Wednesday. Actually, I was trying to think of what day today is. It's
Wednesday.
Today is Wednesday.
Wednesday.
It is Wednesday.
Yes.
Wednesday. Welcome.
Wednesday.
Welcome. Defenders Live is on the radio, and if you're watching us on the social medias, the Facebooks, the Twitters, the YouTubes,
We're on there too.
we're on there too. But you know, mostly we're on the radio on iHeart and Spreaker and SoundCloud and Google Play and God knows everywhere that you can pretty much hear a podcast or a radio show. Guess what?
We're there.
We're there. Ha! So anyway, and we are Defenders Live. You can find us at doaeshow.com.
Yes.
You can also find us at mojo50.com.
With a heck of a lot of other people.
A lot of other, much
Oh
better
my
people
gosh.
than us.
We are like the bottom rung.
There's a reason why we're the end of the live shows for the day.
It's because we're the end.
We make a better caboose than we do
Anything else?
anything else.
Ooh.
Because babies got back.
Ah.
Anyway,
No, wait, that deserves
go to all the social medias are at DOAE Show. That's again on the Facebook, the Twitters, the MeWe's is primarily where we like to hang our hat, though we do it in other places as well, including dlive.tv/defenders.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay.
You got it right.
Holy smokes, I never get that one right. Yes. When you go to when you go to Defenders, doaeshow.com.
Yes. That website.
/shop, you can order raffle tickets. Raffle tickets for this fancy, pretty thing. If you were watching on any of the Facebooks or anything like that, you can see that we are holding in my formerly nicotine-stained fingers.
Which is true.
The Mojo 50 logo that is made, handcrafted and hand-painted and everything out of solid wood from our friends over at Arcadian Flag. Go to facebook.com/Arcadian Flag to pick up your own stuff today. He does custom work, anything that you need.
He can
do it. Man, we throw stuff up there that he does all the time, and
That man knows how to work the wood.
Yes, he does. Veteran owned, veteran operated. He does it out of his garage. It is amazing, amazing work. He does custom stuff. Go over there, check him out. You won't be sorry. Facebook.com/Arcadian Flag. But anyway, yes, get your raffle tickets there. $2 a piece.
Yes.
The drawing will be September 3rd. Day is running near. It's what? Not next week.
It's like 2 weeks from now, week and a half.
Yeah, something like that. It's coming, and it's coming quick.
Thank you.
No problem. Again, $2 per ticket. Get yours today.
Which, by the way, Lep got your stuff today.
Yes.
You'll be getting You'll be getting your ticket number soon.
Yes, probably as soon as it shows up. Sorry,
Yeah, that's normally how this works.
For some reason, the hair on my chin, like the right here under my lip, keeps catching.
Not by the hair on my chin.
It keeps catching the pop filter here, and it like slides into it. So when I talk, it drags, and yeah, I know, it slides right in. Anyway. Anyway, thank you for hanging out. We've got a bunch to dive into, like this particular story, because who doesn't want to hear about Ilhan Omar? Ilhan Omar. So the headline reads, Palestinian Authority cracks down on LGBT group. Ilhan Omar responds.
Hard no.
Well, no, she did respond.
Allegedly.
Factually, by bashing Israel.
Hard no.
No, she did.
That was delayed on purpose.
That was delayed on purpose, actually. Democratic Republican Representative Ilhan Omar responded to the news that the Palestinian Authority had was cracking down on LGBT groups on Monday by once again condemning, of course, Israel. Because why not? It's Israel's fault that Palestine is cracking down on LGBT peoples.
Allegedly.
On Monday, the Jerusalem Post published a report on the Palestinian Authority's crackdown on an LGBT grassroots group that operates in the West Bank and other Arab Israel areas. Al-Qawaz, or Al-Qas. Sorry, I'm not Arabic, so I butchered that, and I apologize. For sexual and gender diversity in Palestinian society. It's a mouthful.
Will no longer be here as of tomorrow
It won't be.
because they don't have those there.
Yeah, you're not allowed to do that in over there. They frown on that. Muslims are not a big fan of the homotype sexuals.
No.
But anyway, this particular group was planning to hold a gathering for members in Nablus at the end of August, the Jerusalem Post reports. But the Palestinian Authority has now banned the group from carrying out any activities in the Palestinian-controlled areas, and the police are threatening to arrest anyone involved. Again, because when you have such people as these radical Muslims, they're not a big fan of diversity. They're not a fan of anybody who is seen doing anything different.
Right, and I want to
them.
clarify a little bit here. You know, you say radical Muslim, which what we're meaning is Islamicist.
Yes, Islamicist.
Islamicist, which is something that Ilhan Omar is. See, Ilhan Omar is not just a Muslim, or as she would call it, a Muslim.
Muslim.
Just gonna let that hang.
Just, and they do. Excuse me.
Have you looked?
No.
Just wanted.
That's disgusting. Keep going, sir, because we've got a lot to go.
Oh. Sorry. She is. She's not just a Muslim.
A Muslim.
She is an Islamicist.
Yes, she's an Islamicist.
What that means
sounds
is
weird.
that she doesn't just believe in the faith. She believes that the faith and a doctrine that surrounds the government should be put into place in every location at all times.
Yep. You know what else they call that? A zealot.
Theocrat.
That's another good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
So, then an explanation for why the group was barred from any activity in the area. The Palestinian Authority police spokesman, that guy, accused the group of engaging in activities that were, quote, harmful to the higher values and ideals of the Palestinian society, end quote, and cited dubious parties, quote unquote, parties attempting to, quote, create discord and harm civic peace in the Palestinian society, end quote. And this is what happens. This is what happens. It sounds familiar, doesn't it? Like around here, how you have a slight different way of doing things or belief in doing things, and suddenly you're just ostracized and you're, outcast, and you're creating discord and harm to civic peace. Sounds familiar, doesn't it?
It does.
Does sound a teensy bit familiar.
All right.
So,
Okay,
when
now, ladies.
the Post story began to gain traction online, some directing the story to Omar, the Democrat responded, not by outright condemning of the Palestinian Authority, but instead by again maligning Israel.
Because Israel.
Yes. This is, I quote, I am positive. This is referring to Ilhan Omar, Rashid Tlaib, and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Will absolutely destroy the Palestinian Authority for this bigoted behavior. Right? Hello. Actually, this was written by Robbie Starbuck in response to that report. Omar replied to the tweet by the first trashing Israel, quote, pretending that this act somehow balances or mitigates Israel violating the dignity and rights of Palestinians or undermines case for defending Palestinian rights is deplorable.
There is no
end
such
quote.
thing as Palestine. Palestine was a creation of the Islamicists.
Yep.
How do we know that? Because they said it themselves. They spoke as such.
Yeah.
When they aren't talking to the Western media, they say it to themselves. Palestine is not real. There is no such thing as Palestine.
They know it's not. They've propped it up to make it a tool. Actually, is all it is. But yes, it's funny that pretending that this act is somehow balances or mitigates Israel's violating of dignity and rights in Palestinians. Again, they're not real. There aren't Palestinians.
There's no such thing.
There's no such thing. Most of the people there are what? They're Lebanese. They're Israeli.
Yes.
They're literally, it's a little bitty section of kind of all of the Arab nations in the area. That's it. They just all collect there.
Yeah, they're a collective.
That's it.
It's a group.
And they're not.
It's a conglomerate.
It's not. Yeah, it's a collect. Yeah, they're nothing. And I say nothing as in again, as Stephen mentioned earlier, they're not real.
It's a gathering of Islamists.
Yes, in a show of look at us. We're something. Please feel sorry for us. And they use it to have put children, and they put women out there, and they wait for them to get killed, and as they send them for attacks, and then they wonder why everything goes to hell.
That is one of the worst things in the world. You go out and you pay a family to go take their children and their women and put them in the front line, so that when somebody does something like, I don't know, throw tear gas, they're the first ones that get hit.
Yep, and they do it on purpose. It's all intentional. Omar continues with her tweets by saying, quote, LGBTQ rights are human rights, and we should condemn any effort to infringe upon them. Oh, wait.
There's more.
Wait, I had that, actually.
But wait, there's more.
That's right.
But we should also condemn any effort to equate this with the occupation or use this as a distraction.
So what she's saying is basically she's trying to use this to further the BDSM.
Really?
Yeah, the boycott, divest, and sanctions movement.
That's not so what I thought it was. I was thinking whips and chains and handcuffs.
Well, you're thinking wrong. I'm talking about BDSM. There's a big difference.
Depends on what time of the day it is. Anyway.
It depends who are involved. Usually on the head.
Gross.
Ew.
Safety word is banana. Pineapple. Argentinian narwhal. Anyway.
Inconceivable.
Inconceivable.
All right, so we need to stop then. Good.
Yeah, we need to stop
Great,
there.
awesome, wonderful stuff. Let me tell you about some Patriot Mobiles.
Please tell us about Patriot
I will
Mobiles.
tell you about
Let's
some
get out of
Patriot
this
Mobiles. Look, Big Mobile
dumpster fire
is using its influence to push the radical anti-faith, anti-family agendas. Patriot Mobile is the only veteran-led conservative American cell phone company out there. And they push for the sanctity of life, for the support of your gun rights, religious liberties, immigration law, all of it. And you can support them today and get great service while you're doing it.
And how would you do that exactly?
Well, you'd call them.
What do you call them?
Well, you call their phone number.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought-
1-877-367-7524. That's 1-877-367-7524. Or you go to the website, which is patriotmobile.com/mojo.
Mojo.
That's patriotmobile.com/mojo. And use the promo code 5 when you go there. When you use the promo code 5, the word FIVE, you get a Moto Z3 Play for $5 a month added to your plan. Your plans start as low as $25 a month for unlimited talk and text, and you can get so much more from there. Join the thousands of members, including myself.
Don't look at me. I'm getting there. I'm getting
join
there. I'm in a
Patriot
situation I'm dealing with that I will get there.
And join Patriot Mobile today. That's once again 1-877-367-7524. Tell them that Mojo sent you. Use the promo code 5, or go to patriotmobile.com/mojo. Use the promo code 5 and get that Moto Z3 Play for $5 a month.
Because why not?
Mm-hmm.
Because why not?
Storage unit slug. Y'all are my favorite caboose.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank Peekapool also adding in, where was it? Did you say moose lip? Is that like camel toe?
Close. It's moose lips sink ships.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Eileen.
Storage unit slug also. How dare you quote the source? Israel hating Islamists everywhere.
Peekapool.
Yep.
It's Paul Stein.
Stein. Palestine.
Oh, sorry. Steen.
Palestine.
Steen. I still can't get it right.
You know what he got that from, didn't it? Don't you know? Young Frankenstein?
Yes.
It's
Frankenstein.
Not Frankenstein.
Thank you.
No, it's the eagle, not Eagle.
Yeah. Formerly Virginia Jackal. Wow. Call out Dylan. Steven is so mean.
What do you mean formally?
She meant formerly, and she hasn't changed it yet.
But if she says formally Virginia, is she
Because-
not in Virginia anymore?
No, she's
Oh.
saying that because we started calling her by her real name.
Oh.
But she said formally instead of formerly, which means she's like formal.
She's the formal.
She's the formal version.
This the I gotcha.
so good. It is
Okay.
so good.
No, I got you now. I'm picking up
Speaking
what
of
you put-
formal versions,
Oh God.
versions,
Versions.
Kate Upton demands more body inclusivity at Victoria's Secret. Quote, "We're sick of seeing the same body type."
Yes,
Says
God
the-
knows.
Says the woman with the same body type.
body type. Yeah, it's weird how that works out. And she maintains to, exercising, eating right to maintain that same body type. Yeah. It's the damnedest thing, really, when you stop
I know,
and
it's
think about
crazy.
it.
It's one of those things, man.
It is.
Supermodel Kate Upton has joined the call.
Hold on, let's stop just for a sec. Can we really call her a supermodel?
Is she super? She's a model.
She's a model for sure, but what makes you super
Thanks
in
for
the model
asking.
world?
That's all
That's-
we need to say.
that's-
That's all I needed to say. That was it. That was done.
You got me, Tater.
He's done.
You got me.
According to Fox News, Upton issued her critique of the fashion empire, speaking on which,
Oh, good.
quote, "Watch what happens live with Andy Cohen." That's the show.
Oh, so
After a fan asked her to address the rumors that Victoria's Secret would not be hosting a fashion show in 2019. She says, "You know what? We're sick of seeing the same body types. You have to be body inclusive now. Every woman needs to be represented. Otherwise, it's a snooze fest." Really? I thought it was just a bunch of women walking around in bra and
in
panties.
underwear, yeah, like
That's not really a snooze fest for most people.
that's not the whole point of Victoria's Secret is sex. Ta-da!
Ta-da.
Secret is no longer a secret.
It's called sex appeal.
It is. It's lingerie. And
That's
now
the
hold
only
on.
reason why Victoria has a secret in the first place.
Yes.
The secret is she's covering up
Yes. Maybe one day.
a little bit,
There's a smidge.
not much.
Not a lot.
It's
no.
very see-through.
I've seen more cotton in a aspirin bottle. A lot more.
I've seen less holes in a net.
That's a good one. I never thought of that one.
Sorry, Annette.
I heard she gets around.
Oh.
Oh.
Round, round, get around.
I
she
get
gets
around.
Yeah.
Get around. Oh. Anyway. So again, I don't.
Upton, well, here's the thing. Upton's comments followed that Victoria's Secret angel Shanina
Sure.
Shaikh?
Sure.
Shanina Shaikh.
Hashtag nailed it.
There we
Hashtag
go.
like a native.
Who said the fashion show would not be going forward this year as planned. Quote, "Unfortunately,
Aw.
the Victoria's Secret show would not happen this year."
Aw.
It's-
Darn.
It's something I'm not used to because every year around this time, I'm training like an angel. But I'm sure in the future something will happen, which I'm pretty sure about.
She just said that. I'm sure something will happen, which I'm pretty sure about. Does this woman not hear herself when she speaks?
She's a moron, dude.
Clearly.
She was literally put in place
How do you
to wear a bra and
I was
panties.
gonna say we're backing this little thing up just a tad. Thank you. It's something I'm not used to. You're not used to a certain time every year where you walk around in your underwear in front of a bunch of people. I would notice that, I think. Me, myself, personally, would suddenly realize that there's a certain time once a year where I'm suddenly going to be paraded around half naked in front of a bunch of people. Maybe I'm weird. I don't know. And then she's like, and then training like an angel. Is she referring to Charlie's Angels?
Training to look like an angel? Training to wear angel wings?
You mean, hold on, but training to be an angel. You mean like doing the very same thing, maintaining the body standard that she is complaining about not. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that whole thing. That entire thing that you just said. Yes.
You know, that old chestnut. God, it is so stupid.
Yes.
Why? I'll tell you why. I'll tell you the reason why we're talking about this, because there isn't a damn thing in the news. It's all the same stupid
Honestly,
crap.
guys, like, we've got one thing to talk about in the second half. Two things. Two things to talk about in the second half that we really actually want to talk about. So why are we talking about Victoria's Secret models?
Because there's not a damn thing there.
The news story cycle right now is literally on about the same exact crap that it was on last Wednesday.
And we don't want to do the same crap. We may not be original. We may not be the greatest thing since sliced bread.
But we're not going to repeat ourselves 20 times over
Yeah.
for the same story.
Or repeat anybody else for that matter.
That's also
We
true.
like to think that we are different, and
Yeah, we are different.
we are different.
We're
I'm
different.
fat, and you're short, and you got a baby face, and I don't. And
That's
it's just
true.
it is very weird and different dynamics. But the point stands. So, if we have to go down this bumpy ride, you have to go with us.
Exactly. And speaking of bumpy rides, one of the best things that you can do when you go down a bumpy ride is to have a cat cooler in the back of your truck.
Indeed.
Because you never know when you might need a good soda.
I was thinking beer, but go ahead.
Sure, soda.
Sure.
You're driving.
Down a back country road,
Yes.
then it would be beer. Apparently, you don't hang out in the same circles that I hang out
I'm
in.
not a big fan of beer.
Well, it depends. It really depends on what you're doing and where you're doing it at. Thank you.
Anyway, cat coolers, not only are they rugged, but they keep your ice cold for up to 7 days. They're made in the United States. They're fully customizable, and they come in multiple colors.
Not multiple.
Multiple colors.
Like how many multiples?
Like 5 so far.
Oh, well.
That's more than one.
It is more than one.
That is multiples.
That does qualify as multiples.
Thank you. But wait, there's more.
But wait. Oh, wait.
But wait, there's more.
I still insist
Thank
that's
you.
Too low. That is too
Thank you, overly excited guy from that one movie. Thank you. Not only do they have all of those wonderful things, but they are also less expensive than their top competitor for a larger cooler. And
But wait, there's more.
they have a lifetime warranty for all of their products.
All of
All.
the products.
All their products.
Like every single one.
Like all the ones. Yeah.
Because it is cat cooler.
It is cat coolers. And they're amazing, okay?
They are.
amazing. You can go to catcoolers.com. Catcoolers.com. Use the promo code Steven. Be like Vika Slug, who's currently storage unit slug.
Yeah.
Use the promo code Steven, STEVEN. Get 10% off today over at catcoolers.com. So White House reporter April Ryan's bodyguard is now charged with assault for forcibly removing the journalist filming her. You know, we talked a little bit about this, but now he's being formally charged with assault.
Yeah.
Why isn't she being formally charged with
Because Shay didn't do anything.
mastermind?
Oh, that's not what I thought you were getting ready to say. Because she didn't do anything.
She did technically. She told the man to do it.
Yes, she told him to do it, but she didn't do anything.
She told the person.
Yes, but she didn't do it. You know, this is the same thing as bad as it sounds. This is Manson. Manson didn't actually kill those people. He had those girls do it.
Manson still went to jail.
Yeah, but that was murder. That's different. She's
Murder.
also he wasn't a politician. She was.
Thou shalt not murder.
Or she's not
Thou shalt not stop my constitutional rights. Same difference.
Thou shalt not stop talking because we have to go to break.
No, we will stop talking.
Stop talking.
All
We'll be right
stop
back.
talking.
Be right back. Stay tuned.
Stop talking. Stop it. Shh.
Silence. His silence. I kill you. The precious.
Thank you. We needed that, Frank. Right there. That's what we needed.
There's more. See, that's
what we
clip
want.
I was trying to find, and I
We
can't
want the
find it.
sounder from that. Can you give me that sounder? Like
I
that's
mean, I
just-
like the one we got now, but by God.
That's jeez, man.
Shucks. Whatever.
Fire truck halftime.
Oh my goodness, this is wonderful.
What is this going on?
I need
What
to-
do we? What is going on the Facebooks?
I don't know. I haven't.
How dare they judge model by their looks? Yeah, I know, Kevin.
I
Isn't that
know.
crazy?
Right? Who would dare do such a thing?
I know. It's horrible.
I mean, what else would you do with a model?
I know. It's horrible.
It's a Travis Shamocracy.
I know. It's horrible.
I'm tore up about it.
Horrible.
It's horrible.
I know.
I won't be able to sleep tonight.
Makes me sad.
It does. I want to cry. Cry.
She ran away.
And I wonder where she will stay. My little runaway. Run away. You're welcome. We're going to get in so much trouble. I already know. I already hear it.
Under the boardwalk.
Out of the sun.
Under the boardwalk.
We'll be having some fun.
Under the boardwalk.
We'll be making some love.
Under the boardwalk.
Boardwalk.
All right, we're coming back.
This is what happens,
I
man.
know.
This is why we can't have nice things.
I know, right?
Can't be left alone for nothing, man.
Jaina on the MeWe says, geez, can either of you be bothered to do your own homework? We did.
I did. Oh dear God, we searched like,
We scoured the freaking internets.
and I can't find it. And
It's just
so
not there for us.
I can't find it anywhere.
If you have it and you have it somewhere offline, please post it.
So we had to settle
for
and
this.
it's not
We had to
bad.
settle for this.
But wait! There's more!
and it's not bad,
It's pretty good.
but it's not Billy Mays.
no, it's not Billy Mays.
I want Billy Mays because that's what makes it funny.
Because that cokehead was amazing.
Yes, God bless him. God rest his soul. That was funny. This was the but wait, there's more. In case anybody's questioning or wondering where it came from, that came from the first Scary Movie
Yes.
because that was
the comedy called Scary
Yeah,
Movie.
it was one of the Wayans brothers.
It was.
I can't remember which one. I get them all confused. There's
Racist.
There's like 9 of them.
You racist.
They're like the Jacksons. I don't know who they all are. The only reason why I know who Janet is because she's the only female.
not the only one.
See,
There's a sister.
huh?
There's another sister.
Is there? See, that's how stupid I am. I don't even know there's another sister.
Janet wasn't even part of the Jackson 5.
No, I know that. It wasn't her. It was she was. There was a
No.
brief stretch. Wasn't
Janet
it?
was not part of the Jackson 5. It was just the brothers.
It was.
Michael was the youngest.
I know Michael and Tito,
Michael was
and
the young-
Jermaine.
There you go. Yeah.
and that's it.
That's it.
I don't know.
No, too bad.
I don't remember the rest of them. I know 3 of the 5. And Tito used to get picked on, and Jermaine was back up, and
Mm-hmm.
everyone liked little Michael. Okay. God, we go off on tangents.
So much.
See,
That's why.
can you imagine this for 2 hours? God help us
Look, this is
all.
why we have to stay on script.
Oh, somebody needs to do something.
Go
Anyway,
to this.
go to this.
Go to this.
So we found this, and we thought this was
Something worth talking about.
I had not heard anybody else mention it. Of course, I haven't listened to Jack Diddley lately, so I might be wrong. But anyway, we found this very interesting. So there's a gun control groups have quietly lobbied for looser gun laws in an effort to undermine SCOTUS's case.
I'm sorry, what?
Yes. Some of the country's leading gun control groups quietly lobbied earlier this summer for a New York law that loosens restrictions on where legal gun owners can take their firearms in order to undermine a pending Supreme Court case that there are records that show this.
So basically, what you're talking about is that what these gun grabbing groups are doing. They're saying, you know what? Why don't you guys just kind of pull back these things, because we don't want this crap to actually go through the courts, because if it goes through the courts, then all of our hard work is then null and void.
Pretty much. Everytown for gun safety and Giffords both lobbied New York lawmakers on Assembly Bill A07752 and Senate Bill S6151, which allowed law-abiding gun owners to legally transport their firearms to new locations like shooting ranges and competitions, according to New York disclosure records. All but one of the legislatures lobbied for the gun control groups voted to loosen the travel restrictions and preempt a New York City ordinance that's currently the subject of a lawsuit that is being considered in the Supreme Court. The two gun control groups have spent a total of $21,275 between May and June on the lobbyists who influenced the firearm transport bills.
That's all?
Everytown spent an additional $1,275 on lobbyists who influenced the firearm transport bills and other gun-related bills.
That's all they had to pay?
Yeah. It's I
I
find
thought it would have been in the millions.
I thought so too. It's a little weird that if they pay millions to block it, why wouldn't it be millions to go along with it? That doesn't. That sounds a little fishy to me. But neither Everytown, Giffords, or a number of Democrats who were lobbied by the groups would comment on their effort to influence the legislation.
Yes.
The New York State Rifle and Pistol Association, the gun rights group whose case against the transportation restriction is currently pending before the Supreme Court, said that groups were trying to undermine the case by advocating for new transport laws. Quote, they lobbied in favor of the legislation, and we think that it is hypocritical, said Tom King, president of the gun rights group, who told the Washington Free Beacon. And this is exactly what we were trying to say, is what happens is if they turn around and it goes to the Supreme Court is obviously and clearly going to side with the gun owners. And this will be forever a locked, shut case, and there will be nothing that Evertown and Giffords and all these other jackwagons will be able to do.
They'll have to stop their actions.
Completely. Whereas if they can, like you said, if he undermines it just a tad and they can change things and become this hypocritical, as it were.
Because what it would be is, very simple. Oh, well, the law doesn't say that anymore, so this case really isn't on here. It's really not worth anything anymore. You don't even have to do this anymore because the law's changed now.
Yeah. Because once the Supreme Court touches it, it never has to be touched again. That's how good the Supreme Court is. They're a one and done, baby. No, it's
I don't.
All you're thinking of is RBG.
I'm not
standing
going
up there.
Not.
Why not? It's funny.
Nope.
It's
Nope.
funny.
Not gonna do it.
But yeah, nobody else has ever mentioned anything
Not
about
gonna do it.
any of this, and
Not
so
gonna do
we
Wouldn't
thought it
either.
was kind of a little interesting that
It is. It's very interesting. And the fact that these guys would actually push this legislation is hypocritical. It's not just hypocritical. It's insane for them because it's legislation that they've staunchly stood against from day one. It's all based on just the idea that they want to undermine everything. They want to take it and throw it out on, they just want to go, whoop.
Yeah.
Oh, that never happened. What are you talking about? No. Come on, these guys are crazy.
No.
What is this?
It's all about being able to how did he put it? It's the ends justifying the means. If
Which
you
never
turn
does.
around and you turn around every now and then. Okay, you're not sucking me into that one. If you take your what you're striving for and you set it aside and you sacrifice it for a moment and you change it just to kind of get a little bit further for in the end, if it's, you can get the result you want by holding out, you give a little bit now, you lose the battle to win the war is what they're after. That was a long way to the well.
That was
I
a
realized.
really
I'm so
long-
sorry. I want more coffee and I'm out.
That was
and
long, drawn out
I'm
process.
not out.
Right
I
there.
have like one swallow left and I'm trying to save it. Just saying.
Dylan only has one swallow left.
Anyway,
And it makes him very upset.
it does. I just had so many jokes in my head I wanted to do, and I'm not
It's
going to
just-
say anything.
They're not there. You
They're,
can't-
no,
they're
they
not-
are.
they're no?
I'm just, this is a family show, and I would like to maintain a certain level of standard here. Anyway,
okay, so why not go to combat flip flops then?
why not go to combat flip flops?
You
Why
know,
wouldn't you?
These
You know
people
why?
Why?
Because you don't love America.
I mean, I do love America.
Not if you don't go to combat flip flops.
Oh well,
And you need to hurry up and go now because summer is almost over. And unless you're like my mother who wears sandals and flip flops year round, most of us are going to put them away here in a couple months, about a month, maybe less, depending on where you're at.
Yeah, that might be true.
So you might want to hurry up and
catch up with everybody. Hurry it up.
get on the ball.
Get your flippy floppies.
Flippy floppies.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Keep going. Yes.
Anyway, combat flip flops are amazing. This group, what they've done and what they put together is incredible. They will not only build communities, but they fund women's educations in war-torn areas. They set up shop in these war-torn areas. They put all of their resources in places where they visited when they were still in the military.
Gotcha.
They've gone through, and their entire idea is to show through persistence, respect, and creativity that they can empower the mindful consumer to manufacture peace through trade. Join the unarmed forces. Check out combatflipflops.com. It's combatflipflops.com. Be the change with them. Use a promo code DEFENDER25 and you can get 25% off on your first purchase. It's DEFENDER25. Get you 25% off on your first purchase over at combatflipflops.com.
Oh my goodness.
So Fredo has struck again.
You were so proud of this.
I am so proud of
You're
this.
so proud of this.
Fredo has struck again.
Of course he has, because God knows he can't do anything else, right? And by Fredo, we mean Chris Cuomo.
CNN's Chris Cuomo bashes Trump for not physically aging as noticeably as past presidents.
I can handle things. I'm smart. Not like everybody says. Like dumb. I'm smart and I want respect.
That's exactly how he sounds, too. It's weird.
Quote, maybe this
Damn it.
president could use a sleepless night or two.
Oh, my God. And, well, what? Okay. Pardon me. Exactly what are you referring to, Chris? Are you trying to imply that we need to have some kind of, were you trying to have some kind of a national crisis? You want to have like another 9/11, like that old boy from the Young Turks was talking about, how it was okay to have? Is that what you're implying? Why would you think that he needs to have a sleepless night? Because in order for the president of the United States to have a sleepless night, that means that the country is in some sort of turmoil. And if they're in turmoil, that means it's bad for all of us. So enlighten me there, Fredo. What do you mean?
It's been almost 3 years since Trump won the presidency. He looks exactly the same.
Because he's like 90.
His hair is, I don't know, what are you going to do with that? But maybe,
Look, come on.
he may do things that the president in the past haven't done to augment their physical realities.
Oh, my God.
But I could also be that he doesn't care about the way others have.
What?
He doesn't care the way that others have.
This hurts. This hurts my witto head.
I can handle things. I'm smart. Not like everybody says. Like dumb. I'm smart and I want respect.
But wait! There's more!
Are you still not buying it?
No, I don't.
Cuomo has more evidence.
Oh,
Okay?
he does. Oh, good.
Yeah, see, he played a clip of the President Trump saying, "Nothing keeps me up at night."
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So the president goes, "Nothing keeps me up at night."
Okay. Okay.
And then he played a clip of a former President Barack Obama saying, "There are a lot of things that keep me up in the night."
So one of them you're saying might be scared of the dark and one of them might not be.
Yes. Yes. One of which is my wife.
I was thinking the exact same thing. If you had to go to bed with that, I'd be scared too.
That's
Are you kidding me?
we need that sounder one more time.
But wait, there's more.
Cuomo then displayed photos of each of the last 3 presidents, whether it be Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, and Obama. One picture when they took office and another picture after 2 terms, which is 8 years, not 3. 8 years. 8 years, not 3.
I can handle things. I'm smart. Not like everybody says. Like dumb. I'm smart and I want respect.
Cuomo then pointed out that the previous presidents aged more than 8 years, aged more over 8 years than Trump has in the last 3 years, because it was an 8-year gap.
I can handle things. I'm smart. Not like everybody says. Like dumb. I'm smart and I want respect.
Are you sensing this? Or is anybody else picking up on the?
No, I
On
don't
this
think
little
they are.
bit.
And he says, and I quote, "Now, while I wish poor sleep on no man, maybe
Wait.
this president could use a sleepless night or 2, less executive time, fewer hours in front of the TV, and on fewer hours on the golf course.
Not on the golf course.
On the golf course. Maybe he should focus on fixing things, carrying that burden, because that's the job, and it should get hard."
Again.
I can handle things. I'm smart. Not like everybody says. Like dumb. I'm smart and I want respect.
I just wanted to play that as many
I know
times
you
as possible.
love that sounder.
So
I'm so
good.
proud of that.
I love it.
It this is just, again, if the country is in turmoil, that's when the president should not be sleeping. When things are bad, when things are tough, when there's a problem, i.e., again, the country is suffering for one reason or another, then maybe that's when he'll have a bad night. But I don't want him to have a bad night. I don't want any president to have a bad night, good or bad, one I agree with or don't.
I want them to be in their best moods, with their best sleep, with their best foot forward, so that they can be the best president we have at the time. And by the way, this is just proving that Chris Cuomo sucks worse at math than my AI.
Yes, and I don't know anything.
I'm just saying.
There's proof of that.
Just
I can handle things. I'm smart. Not like everybody says. Like dumb. I'm smart and I want respect.
actually, yeah, you're right. Somebody did hit full retard.
Oh, we did we?
Mm-hmm. He hit full retard. And you know,
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
that's right. You never go full retard, Chris Cuomo.
Isn't it just, again, this is all you can complain about? He hasn't aged enough.
He's old already.
Yes, there's that.
Like, what do you want him to be? 90? What do you do? You want him to look like Bernie Sanders?
Isn't
I
he-
mean, what is going on?
Isn't he currently the oldest president around, like, ever?
I don't think ever, but he is
Like,
definitely
and
in the
he's in the
range.
top-
He's in that range,
He's
yeah.
in the top 5 or whatever. Yeah, he's up there. So, like I said, he's already there. How much older do you want the man to be? And not for nothing, he hasn't aged in 20, 30 years anyway.
I mean, he hit a mark, and he's just basically looked the exact same since then. You know, he aged to 70 at 45.
Yes, and then he just all he did was hunch over a little bit.
That's all he's doing. And he's already he's like 6'4", and so his hunching really doesn't do anything.
It doesn't do it. Yeah, it doesn't do anything at all.
Yeah.
So, come on.
Just,
Out of everything that's going on, that could be going on,
just calm down, dude.
that's what you're going to complain about?
Yeah. He's smart.
That's his way, but that's his way of coming back from the little debacle of being picked on. No, thou shalt not say Fredo.
Yeah, I really
Really?
think, yeah, I think Fredo really needs to just chill out. I think Fredo needs to calm down, okay? I think Fredo needs to get his hands on some CBD oils.
That might do him some good. I hear that CBD oil is a good thing for people who are manic in some instances, like
Yes.
Chris Cuomo might be.
That's right. If you're suffering from nagging joint discomfort, difficulty sleeping, frequent inflammation, mood swings, maybe even some gut problems, CBD oils are possibly one of the ways that you can go.
Possibly.
And we have one of the best providers of CBD oil over at mojo50.com. If you go to mojo50.com/shop and look up CBD oils, you can get CBD oils from KBMD. No, that's all I'm doing.
But wait, there's more.
That's true. There is more. If you use the promo code DEFENDERS, you can get $15 off the price. And I know.
You do? Are you sure you know?
I know. CBD oils are expensive. Duh. You have to extract them from hemp.
Well, and again, as we keep talking about this, and it's not part of our bit, but we realize we need to start adding it to this. The reason why they're expensive is because it's not exactly a common thing right now. Technically,
And they're taxed out the butt.
yeah, they are, because the government doesn't want them to be in the way because they want to control them like they control everything else. And so, yes, but eventually, just like everything else in the world, the more people use them, the cheaper things will become. Cell phones were that way. You remember back in the day when cell phones were
TVs were
$1,000?
that way.
Yeah, TVs and
The first LCD screen.
Yep. And look at them now, $300 at Walmart, and that's expensive. Kidding me? Like, guys,
I know.
try it. It's worth. If it works, if your health gets better, it's worth it.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying. And eventually, some insurances, not all, but some insurances possibly could pay for it or help.
Eventually cover it.
Eventually.
Now, I'm not saying that insurance is going to let you pay for it from,
No,
from
no, no, no,
mojo50.com
no, no, no,
/shop.
no, no,
But if you go to mojo50.com /shop, you can go find it, use the promo code DEFENDERS, get $15 off the price every time you order. So we live in North Carolina.
We do. We are very proud of that, actually.
It is actually a pretty nice state.
There's only like one other state I'd rather be in.
Texas.
Texas.
Yes.
And I refer to North Carolina as Texas's little sister,
Yeah, it's about right.
because if you look at our flags, they're oddly similar.
Pretty close, yeah.
Very close.
Yep.
A lot of what we do here is similar to Texas. We're just not as big.
And Texas also has no state tax.
Yes, that's the only way they got us beat, I think.
Yeah, pretty much.
But we are 3 hours from the mountains, 2 hours from the beach.
At all times.
Yes, we can get to New York City in
about
14 hours.
Oh, yeah.
It's about 14, go straight up 95, and you can get to Florida in about the same time. You can hit Miami in about 19, straight down 95.
But if you just want a beach, 3 hours. You just want the mountains, 3 hours.
Yes, so
It's amazing.
in your face. Anyway,
Right. Well,
so we love it here.
and
have-
in this place of North Carolina, there is a county. And in this county of Yadkin,
Yadkin County.
they have become the first official sanctuary county for life in America. Yes, you heard me right. Yadkin County in North Carolina has become the first official sanctuary county for life in America.
That's awesome.
It is awesome.
That is awesome.
It's awesome. Everything is awesome.
Everything is cool when you're part of a team.
Everything is awesome.
I'm sorry, my brain. All I'm seeing is Lego movie in my head now.
See, Pastor Keith Pavlansky.
Pavlansky.
Pastor Keith Pavlansky.
Say that 5 times fast.
I can't.
God bless you.
Thank you, man. The president of Personhood, North Carolina, declared that that the passage of his pro-life resolution was a historic event, and it is.
It
He
is.
didn't have to be the one to declare it, but it is. And also added that the resolution, quote, is the first step in adopting a complete culture of life in our communities.
That's awesome.
The resolution does the following. Number one on your radio dial. The first objective establishes, as an official policy of the county, the scientific fact that life begins at conception/fertilization.
Wow.
Number
awesome.
dos.
That's 2 for all you
English folks.
English folk.
The second commits to enforce this policy, quote, by all means within its powers, in accordance with all responsibilities as the people's elected local representatives. See, pro-life activists are following up by erecting a plaque in the county government grounds. This plaque commemorates the resolution of the efforts of the pro-life activists to make this policy a reality.
Okay, I know. I knew I had to look this up
It's
officially.
on the other side of Winston-Salem.
It's on the other side of Winston-Salem. For those of you that are, playing at home, the home game,
I'm going to send it to you psychically.
For those of you that are playing the home game, Yadkin County in North Carolina sits just on the other side of Winston-Salem, which Winston-Salem butts right up against Greensboro.
Butts.
Yeah, which is about a 2-hour drive or so from Charlotte.
Yes.
Basically where it's sitting, it's not
right above all of the leftists. It's literally surrounded by leftisticism.
Yes, it is. It's
so good.
Amazing.
That is so good.
It could not have been put in a better spot. And Winston-Salem kind of waffles. It's not it's purple at best, but it makes me giggle. It's like right there and in the literally middle of the state, kind of going, we're going to be pro-life in your face.
That's right. According to LifeSite News, there are plans for public town meetings to work with the people, churches, and local organizations to find ways to provide support for mothers and fathers of preborn children so that the county can become a place that truly welcomes and protects the gift of life.
That is awesome.
It is. It is. It is. Quote, when you look at the county-by-county maps of America, you see how conservative the vast majority of them are. You realize the enormous opportunity the pro-life movement has. But for almost 50 years, we've completely given our power away and trusted politicians and judges to end the injustice of abortion.
Yep.
After all this time, shouldn't we be further along?
Yes. See, this is exactly the same thing that we keep touting all the time. Local elections are gold. That is the key. You want change.
Yes.
You want to see growth in the United States, in your area. This is how you do it. Because they're absolutely right. Instead of leaving it up to the state officials to say, well, the state is going to be, a life, pro-life and blah, blah, blah. Folks at Yadkin County said, no, we got this.
We're good.
We will do this. And
Yes.
they voted and they passed it on their own.
What they really said was, can't touch this.
Can't touch this. Okay. And the best part is just like everything else. Now that this is started, there are going to be other counties. There are going to be other places that are going to do this very same thing.
Yes.
And that, again, is the key. It's local. You want America to be what you remember as a kid, as your grandparents remembered as a kid. Then what you need to do is to get out there and you need to get in the local elections. You need to run if you have to in some cases. If not, make sure you find the right people to do it.
Yes.
And then it ripples out.
Oh, the waves.
The waves. Feel it crash over you. Anyway.
That's right.
Sorry, that's my rant, and
No, it's you. That's your
done.
rant, and you're sticking to it.
I'm sticking to it. Yeah.
Oh, people are
my last
catching up
swallow.
with us. MC Hammers. We got the poker face.
No, we're
All
not
up in
poking
there.
her in the face. That sounds painful
Oh,
and very inappropriate.
Apparently, whenever Kirk's Tasty Jill Hole hears that song, all she wants to do is poke somebody in the face.
Right?
Yeah.
With a blunt object.
Yes. Preferably a stick.
And now-
a stick. No Rick rolling. That's our job.
Stop it, Mike. That's bad.
That's our job.
Excuse me. Good Lord. I need a cough drop or a
Something.
lozenge. I
or
need a
more-
lozenge.
You need more liquid.
Do you have a lozenge? I just drank the last of my see, it's empty.
It's true.
And I can't get up. The show's almost over. But anyway. This is the absolute key, guys, and this is proof of it. You need to get in at the local level. Pay attention to what's going on local level. Start at your schools. Get on the school board. At least pay attention to what the hell's going on.
Because you know what?
I can handle things. I'm smart. Not like everybody says. Like dumb. I'm smart and I want respect.
Oh my God.
So good.
That's not gonna. That's never gonna go away.
That's here to stay.
Oh God! All right.
Happy days are here to stay.
Okay.
All right. Here comes the bell count for the day.
Good evening, Mojo 50. I'm Leprechaun, and here with your bell count grade for the day. Today we had 16 missed innuendo bells, 25 actual bells, 1 AOC, giving us a grade of P for poorly for the day. Peace out. Good night, y'all.
Have we crossed into the
It sucks.
Common Core?
Yes, we're now
Grading
Common Core
system
grading
now?
Yes.
What the
Yes.
hell?
He just said no. You're getting a P for today.
At least it was a P and
Not something else.
not something else.
He didn't give you the D.
Thank God for that.
All
Guys,
right.
DOAShow.com, mojo50.com. Check them out. All the great hosts and everything over there. You will not be sorry at DOA Show on all the social medias. We will see you tomorrow, 9 p.m.